Hello, welcome to Tuesdays with Morgie. We had a little bit of technical difficulty today, but that's what happens in this world, and we just got to roll with it and keep moving. So find yourself in a nice, comfortable seat. And for those of you who don't know me, I'm Morgan Moonchild. And I am so excited to have you here and invite you to join me in a little energizing flow today. So we'll begin in a grounding position in a comfortable seat with our legs crossed, and whatever leg cross is comfortable for you. And start to take some deep breaths and begin to notice your breath. Is it shallow? Or can you start to breathe deeper through filling up through from the tops, the middle, and the bottom of your lung on your inhales through the nose? And exhale through the nose. Deep breath in through the nose. And out through the nose. We'll start to connect our breath with our movement and begin on an inhale to sweep our arms up to the sky. And then exhale, drop your hands behind you, clasping your fingers behind your back and stretching through the front side of the shoulders. Release and inhale, sweep your arms overhead one more time, bring your palms together, and then bring your palms to your heart center. You can take a moment here to set an intention for your practice if you wish. Maybe make a birthday wish. And drop your hands to your side. Ground your left palm into the mat and inhale, sweep your right arm overhead, stretching through the side body. And exhale, bring the right hand to the mat and sweep your left hand overhead on an inhale. And then drop both your hands straight out in front of you, stretching through the low back. Maybe you can bring your forehead to the mat here. Start to bring some neck movements, maybe shaking your head yes and no. Use your palms to walk yourself back up into a comfortable seat, and we'll make our way into tabletop position, stacking our shoulders above our wrists and hips above our ankles. On an inhale, drop your belly, bring your gaze forward, or up to the ceiling if your neck flexibility allows. And exhale, draw your navel into your spine, round through, drop the crown of your head to the floor. Inhale, belly drops, bring your gaze forward. And exhale, round through, cat, claw through the fingertips. Take a couple more of these cat-cow movements on your own and begin to bring a little movement of your choice into these cat-cow movements, maybe rocking the hips side to side, maybe making giant circles with the hips, coming all the way back into a child's pose. And then take your movements the other way if you've been making circles. Continuing to bring strong breath into these movements. Find yourself back in a neutral tabletop position and inhale to stretch your right leg straight out behind you as if you're planting a foot against a wall. And then if you have stability here, you can bring the opposite arm straight out in front of you, So if you've extended your right leg, bring your left arm straight out in front of you as if you were shaking someone's hand. And then drop that left hand to the mat. Drop your foot in line with the kneeling foot. The right foot is in line with the left. Make sure your shoulder is stacked above your wrist. And open up through the right wing. Stretching the right arm to the sky. One more deep inhale and exhale. Return to a neutral tabletop position and inhale. Step the left leg, sweep the left leg straight out behind you, planting the sole of the foot onto a back wall, and then extending your right arm. So left foot, right arm. Find some ease in this posture, checking in that both your hips are square to the bottom of your mat or the earth. Extend your neck nice and long. And then drop that right hand, bring your left leg in line with your right, and open up through the left side, sweeping your left arm to the sky. Inhale and exhale, return to a neutral tabletop. And then inhale, sweep your right leg straight out behind you, and then curl or bend your knee. Curl your knee into your chest and bring your nose to your knee. Inhale, straighten the foot, straight back behind you, and exhale, curl nose to knee. Inhale, last time, and then exhale, curl nose to knee, and then step that right foot in between your hands. Sweep your arms up to the sky, low lunge, and then interlace your fingers behind your back here to find that stretch through the front shoulders, the front side of your body. Maybe bring your gaze up to the sky, opening up through the neck. Exhale, release the interlaced fingers, and inhale, sweep your arms up to the sky, and then exhale, draw your palms to your heart center and hook your elbow, left elbow to outside edge of right knee, and take a little prayer twist here. Gaze over the right shoulder. Inhale, and then exhale, gently unwind from the twist. Release your hands to frame your front foot. Step your right foot to meet your back. Take a deep breath here. Find that neutral tabletop again. Inhale and exhale. And then on your next inhale, sweep your left leg straight back behind you, planting the sole of the foot against that back wall. And then exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, sweep your left foot back, and exhale, knee to nose. Round through, claw through the fingertips, squeeze that knee into your chest. Inhale, sweep the left leg back, and exhale, draw the nose to the knee one more time, and then step that left foot in between your hands. Sweep your arms up, coming into low lunge. Finding length through the crown, length through the fingertips. On an inhale and then an exhale, take the opposite finger interlace behind you, and then open up through the shoulders. Maybe bring your gaze to the ceiling if your neck flexibility allows. And then exhale, gently release. Inhale, sweep the arms up to the sky. Exhale, palms to heart center. Hook your right elbow on the outside of your left knee, coming into a prayer twist. Gaze over the left shoulder. Inhale and exhale, gently unwind, stepping the left leg to meet the back leg here. dropping your elbows right where your hands were, maybe walking your knees back, bringing your forehead to the mat to come into puppy posture. Feeling a nice opening through the shoulders. Maybe gently walking your fingertips a little bit forward if you can. If you want to open up more through the shoulders. Take a deep inhale and then exhale. Scoot your belly through to the floor. Draw your chest forward as if a Care Bear stare were shining from your heart straight out in front of you. And then drop your forehead to the mat and release your palms to come frame your rib cage. Curl the back toes under, lift your kneecaps up, and push yourself up into a high plank. Squeeze everything together, draw your ankles together, knees together, thighs together. Engage your core, your navel area. Keep your gaze straight down in front of you. We're here for 3, for 2, for 1, and push your hips up to the sky, coming into downward facing dog. Pedal out your dog here, bending one knee, straightening through the other. Release the crown of your head to the floor. Spin the elbow creases to the front of your mat, to the short edge of your mat. And your thighs, your quads, try to spiral inwards. Slowly, slowly walk your dog forward, baby stepping your feet until they come in between your hands. And then release the crown of your head, forward fold. Find some gentle movements here if you want to walk your hands to one side of the mat and then the other. Maybe clasp opposite elbows if you just want to ragdoll and let yourself hang heavy. Inhale and exhale, drop your palms to the mat. And then inhale, lift yourself up halfway, flat back, spine is long. Exhale, drop your hands to the mat once more. And inhale, sweep your arms all the way up to the sky overhead. Bring your gaze to follow your hands, gaze to your thumbs. And then exhale, palms to heart center. Inhale, sweep your arms and your gaze skyward. And then exhale, tilt forward, hinge forward at the hips, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, and exhale, plant your hands, step it back. You can take a chaturanga or meet in downward facing dog. On the exhale, lowering your belly, squeezing your elbows into your ribs. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Pedal it out here. Take a deep inhale and a deep exhale. Find some stillness, and then bend through your knees. Look, bring your gaze between your hands. Option to step one foot and then the other in between the hands, or maybe take a little hop forward in between your hands. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, sweep the arms and your gaze skyward. Exhale, hands to heart center at prayer position. Inhale, sweep the arms to the sky, and exhale, forward fold. From this forward fold, with your hands on the floor, start to bend through the knees and bring your hips straight back behind you as if you were sitting in a chair. Sweep your hands across your mat and then bring your hands up to come into your chair position here. So we come from the bottom up to help us try to get just a little bit lower in this position. In chair, take a glance over your knees. Make sure you can still see your toes. So push your knees and your hips back if you need to get that toe vision. And then let's exhale. Bring the torso over the tops of the legs. So bring your belly to the thighs. And then straighten your legs to bring your hips up to the sky, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your hands. Step your feet back to chaturanga or meet in downward dog. Inhale, halfway or upward dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, sweep your right leg to the sky, three-legged dog. Exhale, step your right foot in between your hands. Spin your back heel down, sweep your arms up to come up to warrior one. So the back toes are at 45 degrees with your toes pointing to the short edge of your mat. You can bring your hands down to check in with your hips. Check to see that they're squared to the front edge of your mat. And then bring the arms back up overhead. Inhale, lengthen through the crown, through the tops of the fingers, stretch them to the sky. And then exhale, cartwheel the hands down, step the front foot to meet the back, chaturanga, or meet in downward dog. From downward dog, ground through the right foot. Inhale to sweep your left leg to the sky. Exhale, step the left leg in between the hands, spin the back heel to meet the floor, coming up to warrior one. Inhale to stretch those arms to the sky, and then exhale, bring your arms down to frame the front foot, chaturanga or meet in down dog. From downward facing dog, take a couple deep breaths here. Trying to lengthen your inhales and your exhales, maybe to a count of 4. On an inhale, bend your knees, look forward between your hands, take a giant step or hop in between your hands. Inhale to lift up halfway. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, squeeze your knees, your thighs together, drop your butt back, and inhale to come up into chair once more. Check in that you can see your front toes. Squeeze the navel into the spine. And exhale, release, Tadasana. From mountain pose here, just take a moment to find your solid footing, your solid ground. You can bring your feet about hip width apart, maybe raise all your toes up, and then gently start to lower your toes one by one from the pinky to the big toe, giving your toesies lots of room to stretch out and ground into the earth after they've maybe been trapped in modern footwear all day. Inhale and exhale. On an inhale, you can squeeze your shoulders up to your ears, and then exhale to drop your shoulders down behind you, trying to bring your shoulder blades to touch on your backside. Reaching the crown of your head to the ceiling, and then feeling an upward current of energy drawing up on your inhales and a grounding current of energy running through your back body as it grounds you into the earth. If you've had your eyes closed, go ahead and flutter your eyelids open and inhale to sweep your arms overhead. Bring your gaze to follow, and then exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your hands. Step on back to chaturanga or mean downward dog. Inhale to upward facing dog, and exhale to downward facing dog. Pedal it out. Draw your inside edges of your feet together. So bring the arches of the feet together, toes together, bunions together, heels together. Ground through the left sole of your foot and inhale to sweep your right leg to the sky, three-legged dog. Exhale, step the right foot in between your hands and spin the back foot to be parallel to the back edge of your mat, and then bring yourself up to warrior two. Check in that your hips are squared to the long edge of your mat. You can inhale to squeeze your shoulders up to your ears and exhale to drop your shoulders. You can even roll your hands to kind of help with that motion of bringing your shoulders back. Gaze over the front middle finger. And then flip the front palm. Inhale to sweep it on overhead, peaceful warrior. Exhale, front elbow, right elbow to the right knee, side angle. Inhale, back to warrior two. And then straighten through the front leg, and we're coming into triangle. You can actually bring your heel toe, your back foot in just a little bit, maybe about a foot or a half a foot if you would like. Check in that the heel of your front foot is in line with the arch of your back foot, and that your hips are still square to the long edge of your mat. Sweep your arms back open to a T. And then imagine you're pushing maybe say if you're holding a teacup or something and you're handing it off to somebody, you're pushing, reaching, stretching it forward as far as you can, and then drop that front hand to the top of your shin, ankle, or maybe to the inside edge of your foot, and sweep your left arm to the sky. Bring your gaze to the top hand, or maybe straight out in front of you, whichever feels better on your neck today. Gently bend through the front knee to help push your torso back up, and then inhale to sweep your right hand overhead to reverse your triangle. And then exhale, cartwheel your hands to frame your front foot, and step your back foot up about halfway on your mat. Square the back toes to the left corner of your mat, so it's 45 degrees, just like in warrior one. And then inhale to lift yourself up into the flat back position, the halfway lift position. And then as you exhale, see if you can bring your torso gently over the front thigh. If all your weight is in your front foot, try to push your left hip forward and your right hip back, and bring some weight into that back foot as well. Keep your spine long, your neck long. And then start to bend through the front knee, the right front knee, to bring weight into that right front leg as you sweep your left leg to the sky for standing splits. Keeping your hips squared to the earth. So if to keep your hips squared, your leg can't come up as high, that's all right. You're still working, building, developing strength. And then if you want, if it sounds like fun to you, maybe take a couple hops on your right front leg as you try to kick that top leg into like a handstand. And then exhale, drop everything down to a tabletop position. From here, curl the toes under, sweep your hips back up to the sky, downward facing dog. And then draw your feet together, arches of the feet together. Ground through the right front foot. Inhale, sweep your left leg to the sky. Exhale, step the left foot forward in between the hands. Spin the back foot to be the back edge of that foot is parallel to the back edge of the mat. Come on up to warrior two. Gaze over the front middle finger. Check that your hips are squared to the long edge of your mat. Inhale to bring that front palm to face the ceiling and sweep it overhead, peaceful warrior. Exhale, left knee to the inside of the left elbow, sweep the right arm overhead, side angle. Inhale, back on up to warrior two, straighten through the front leg, step the back foot up just about a foot, and then bring your front palm to the sky once more. Pretend you're holding out a teacup or something you don't want to spill, reaching it as far forward as you can, and then drop that hand to the top of the shin, the ankle, or maybe the inside edge of that front foot. Right arm to the sky. Gently bend through that front knee to bring yourself back up, and then inhale, sweep the left arm overhead to reverse triangle, and then cartwheel both your hands to frame the left foot. Step your right foot up about halfway. Inhale to lengthen through the spine, flat back, and then exhale to gently fold over that front leg. To bring a little bit more weight to your back foot, maybe try to pop your right hip a little bit more forward and draw your left hip back. And then bring weight into that front left foot as you reach your right foot skyward to come into standing splits. And then if you want, if it sounds like fun, maybe take some little headstand hops on that left leg this time, seeing if you can bring your right leg up high. And then take a couple more hops if you wish. And then come on back to child's pose. Take a deep breath in, feeling the backs of your rib cage expand as you breathe breath in and exhale. Hopefully you've had a chance to catch your breath. So now it's time to bring your gaze between your hands. Bring yourself back up into a tabletop position, checking that the shoulders are stacked above the wrists and hips are stacked above the knees. Curl the back toes under and sweep your hips up to the sky, downward facing dog. Inhale to bring yourself into a high plank position, bringing the shoulders back over the wrists, zipping up through the legs, zipping the knees together, thighs together, and then bring your left hand to the center of your mat, spin onto the outside edge of your left foot, and sweep your right arm overhead, side plank. Come on down to your elbow, your front elbow, if you need to take a forearm plank here, forearm side plank. And we're here for 3, for 2, for 1. Spin the top hand down. Find yourself in your high plank once more. Check in that the shoulders are above the wrists. You're zipping everything up. And then bring that right hand to the center of your mat. Spin onto the right outside edge of your feet and sweep your left arm to the sky. Come on down to your elbow. If that's what's calling to you today. And we're here for 3, for 2, for 1. Left hand spins down to meet the right. And bump your hips back up to the sky, downward facing dog. From here, walk your hands back to your feet. We're coming into a forward fold at the back of our mat. Heel toe your feet apart so that your feet are underneath your hips. And then use your peace fingers to grab onto your big toes. Inhale to straighten your back, flat back, long neck, long spine. And exhale to drop your torso over your legs. You're using your fingers as levers to help pull your torso closer to your legs. Lengthening your spine on your inhales, deepening your fold on your exhales. Inhale to raise your torso back up, flat back, and exhale to release your hands. Walk your hands about halfway up your mat, and then if you want to, see if you can have a little fun by hopping your legs through your hands to come into a seated position. Bring the soles of your feet together to come into Baddha Konasana or butterfly pose. You can interlace your fingers and wrap them around your toes. Inhale to lengthen through the spine, and then exhale to fold your torso over, using your elbows to help push your knees down a little further if you want to deepen the stretch in your inner thighs. One more deep inhale and exhale. See if you can go just a little bit deeper into this stretch. And then inhale to bring your torso back up. Extend your feet out in front of you. Find a position on your mat where when you recline, you will be comfortably on your mat. And then Inhale to bring your right knee into your chest, squeezing your right knee into your armpit. One more deep inhale. And on an exhale, bring the right knee across your midline over to the left side of your mat. And bring your arms out to a T for your reclined twist. Engage your navel, engage your core. Bring your right leg, right knee back into your chest. Give it one more squeeze, and then release the right leg beside your left, and then bring your left knee into your chest, into your armpit. You can interlace your fingers on the front, just below your knee, and help squeeze that knee into your chest. Deep inhale, and then exhale. Use your right hand on the outside of that left knee to help draw it across your body and come into the reclined twist. On the other side, extending your arms out to a T, or you can keep your right hand on the outside edge of your left knee. Engage your navel to draw your left knee into your chest once more, and then extend your left leg to meet your right. And take a moment here to find whatever other wind down postures you might like to take. Maybe windshield wiper the legs, maybe a happy baby, grabbing onto the soles of the feet and bringing your knees into your armpits. Maybe taking a waterfall or a shoulder stand if you want to bring the soles of your feet up to the sky. Or maybe if shoulder stand is in your practice, feel free to take it. Whatever you do in a shoulder stand, keep your gaze straight up. Never turn your neck to look at the screen when you're trying to get into a shoulder stand. Wherever you're at, make your way into final resting pose. Shavasana. Take whatever last minute movements you need to, and then extend your legs straight out in front of you, arms out to your sides, palms face up. Maybe lick your lips, take a swallow. Feel the weight of your body relaxing into the earth, being supported by the ground beneath you. Relax your forehead, relax your jaw, relax your right arm into the earth, relax your left arm into the earth. Feel your shoulders and your tailbone be heavy in the earth. Relax your right leg into the ground and your left leg. You can stay here as long as you wish, or if you would like me to guide you out today, start to bring some movements into your fingertips, into your toes. Start to wiggle your fingers and your toes. Make circles with the wrists and the ankles. First one way, and then the other. And then walk your knees into your chest. Give your knees a squeeze. And then roll onto your right side, bringing your right arm as a pillow underneath your head. Using your left hand to push yourself up into a comfortable seat. Trying to keep your eyes closed if you can as you make your way back into your seated position, your comfortable, easy seat. Deep breath here, and inhale to sweep your arms to the sky, palms together, and exhale to draw your palms to your heart center. Bow your head to your hands, and we close our practice by saying Namaste. The light in me honors and recognizes the light in you. And in you, Weasel, my sweet dog. Thanks everyone for practicing with me tonight, and hope to see you again on Tuesdays with Morgie. Okay, I'm gonna